Yo, people, and welcome to another episode of Through a Different Lens podcast. I am your co-host, Joe.
And I'm Dej.
Deji, how are we, my brother?
Yeah, man, we all good, bro. We all good over here still. What you saying?
There, mate, there. We thank God, we tell God thank you for another day, another life. You know how we
That's
do, my
right.
geezer. Get me. Oi,
What you got for us?
it's been an interesting couple days. NBA's heating up. NFL, trades. But first, we're going to start off with the historic Bam Adebayo with 83 points, outdoing Kobe's 81 last night, and is now second all-time behind Wilt Chamberlain's 100 that was not televised. So Bam's was televised, and I watched the final quarter. I was like, nah, I need to lock in because I just happened to be up again, and it's like, yo, I woke up today, there's bare haters. I said, wow.
Yeah, I've been seeing that. I saw the hate before I saw what happened.
Oh shit, yeah, you would have woke up seeing the hate. Bro, I see bare haters. Like Ice Cube's son, he's got on a rant. I don't know if you've seen it.
No,
Of
I ain't
just
seen that.
a load of tweets of O'Shea Jackson Jr., bruv. It's like flip it, because he's Kobe's his guy, innit? And then people were like, oh, the NBA is not rigged, but it's in a bad place, blah, blah, blah. 'Cause obviously, Bam shot 46 free throws, made 39 of them. But he had to make them, and for someone his size to literally only miss 7 out of that much, stayed in the game. The Wizards were, like, don't get me wrong, they were fouling him and stuff like that, but like kind of not silly of recent, but I say silly of recent, not. They were basically double and triple teaming him at the point where like Kobe's number was very realistic and stuff like that. So, and just a lot of foul trouble, and eventually he done it. And his lady was in attendance as well, who has a WNBA record, the great Aja Wilson. So, I think ages, is it 53 or 55? Let me double.
Impressive as well, man. Jeez.
53. WNBA record, and Bam has 83, second in NBA history. So I'm expecting their kids, if they stay together, to be to be Wemby on steroids.
Hey,
But
listen,
yeah,
it's possible, man. It's possible.
what do you think of like just the feat in general? What Bam did?
Well, that's incredible, man. I don't even care who it was against. That is incredible.
Mate,
Because to do 83, even let's just talk about the free throws, bro. To have that many is crazy. People are trying to criticize Harden back then for having so many free throws, but this takes it to another level. But the people have to be fouling you to be having the free throws. So if they keep fouling you, what are you going to do? Just not shoot them on purpose.
Exactly.
So you put on the plate for someone, of course they're going to get 83. So congrats to him. Because if he didn't get that 83, people would say, he could have got this.
Mate, literally. Like, if he, for argument's sake, once he broke LeBron's Heat record of 62 and then went out the game, like, we'd be hearing nothing on the amount of free throw attempts or anything. Like, obviously, it weren't number-wise as much. But like you said, all we'd be hearing is, why didn't he complete the game?
Yep.
Why didn't he go for Kobe's record?
Yep.
Like, it's like, yeah, bro. Because after the first quarter, he had 31. He had more than the whole Wizards team. So, yeah, it was incredible feat. And even listening to his postgame, they asked him, at what point did you feel like, all right, the record may be on? And he said at halftime, because at halftime he had 43, if I'm not mistaken. And then it's like, yo.
But you know what? One thing that's good, it's good for him though. And it's good for the Heat as well. Because people kind of forget about the Heat sometimes. But no, they're a decent team.
And they've been on a good win run if I'm not mistaken. It might have been 6 in a row, unless they. I remember when they went on 5. But yeah, no, and they're starting to pick up like in the standings. I believe they are the 6th seed in the Heat. In the East. So yeah,
And this is a warning, yeah, for all the other NBA players chatting rubbish, yeah. Go and get 83 then. Go do it.
I don't even think it's more. One, that's correct, and two, I don't even think it's more so like the players.
Yeah, because right now, yeah, I don't want to hear if anyone's on like a good streak, yeah, or they're scoring mad points and they get taken out. I don't want to hear what they could have done. Forget about it, man.
Facts, mate, facts. Because we've obviously had a few guys that have done in the 70s, Booker, Luca, like I think Donovan Mitchell. But bro, no one had touched 80 apart from Kobe and Wilt. And Bamonte, hey, Bamonte said, yo, keep me. And do you know what? Yeah, credit to Coach Spo as well for keeping him in the game and say, yo, go for it, bro. Like, you're in reach of it. Kobe's record hasn't been touched for 20 years. Well, that's when he done it anyway, 20 years ago. So, like,
Crazy.
Bamonte said, yo, 31 off the first quarter, outscoring the Wizards as well. The whole team. And at halftime, 43. And I tweeted at halftime, I was like, I'd love for him to do it, but it's not going to happen. And then when he went past LeBron's record, and it was still, I think, not halfway through the third, but there was still time on the clock before the fourth. I was like, hold on, we might be onto something here. And then boom, like it's mental. It's absolutely mental.
Well, yeah, man. Listen, congrats again, man.
Yeah, man.
Congrats again. And the Wizards, shame on you.
Exactly that.
Let
Because
that shit happen to you like that, man.
when you even deep it, there's a lot of guys, a lot of the all-time greats that haven't even got 60, let alone 70. Like KD and Kawhi ain't got 60-point games.
Mad.
Do you know what I mean? LeBron's just got that one, if I'm not mistaken. I think Jordan's got one. I might be getting that Jordan fans. Let's strike what I just said from the record in case.
you don't want no
I'm
problems.
not, bro. Didn't you see the other day? Jordan said about the GOAT debate is basically pointless. He doesn't really like it. On the next day, the talking heads went and had a GOAT debate. Jordan basically said, don't do it. And you went and done it anyway. To enhance him anyway. So,
Jokers.
yeah, like, Bam, and I even tweeted this morning. I said, if he had another 20 if it took him 60 free throws and he still beat the record, so be it. Like, that's it. You get me? So,
Yeah.
83, Bam Adebayo.
Your name's there, man. Record books.
Love it, love it. Then someone else tweeted saying, watch him have a normal game next of 19, 6, and 3. Bro.
It be like that.
Hey, no cap in your rap, bro. So yeah, congratulations to Bam on that one. Oi, and by the way, we've had before moving on from the NBA, there's been the Nuggets Thunder game when Jokic and Shea were going band for band at the end. One, it was incredible because those are the two best players in the league, and then two top teams. Thunder were heavily depleted. They were missing 3 starters plus Caruso, and they still managed to edge it. That team in general is an absolute joke. Like in terms of just the depth of their squad, Shea's the only person other than LeBron in NBA history to go for 35 points and 15 assists, no turnovers. So Shea not only matched Wilt's record of, I think, 164 20 plus games consecutively. So next game, God willing, he's going to break that. So on the same night, he equaled a Wilt record and equaled a LeBron record. I don't think anyone can ever say that, bruv.
Listen, new records are being smashed every day, man.
Bro. So Shea's like, obviously Wemby's been on a great run. He's really saying, yo, I'm the MVP, obviously, if they all hit the games restriction, because it's been Jokic, Shea, and then it's like, oh, what do we have here?
Wait, what?
Hello,
Special
fellas.
guest appearance. What? Wait,
Guys, this guy's a fraud. We didn't even know he was about.
Hey.
Hello, fellas. Nah, I just got back from the missus' birthday retreat, so I thought to myself, I saw the invitation, I said, I may as well join.
Wait.
Well, happy birthday to Mrs.
Trust
Jacob.
me. Happy birthday.
And yeah, instead of asking how you are, we're just literally finishing up. I don't know if you see that because we literally haven't spoke. Obviously, Bam's historic night of 83 points, and then we're just talking about the state of like how good the NBA has been of recent. The Nuggets fund the game, Shea equaling Wilt's record of 20-point games consecutively. At the same time, he also equaled being the only person other than LeBron going for 35 and 15 assists with 0 turnovers in NBA history. And that how Shea and Jokic just went ban for ban because all this Wemby talk, which is fantastic, is just making them step up their game as well. So yeah, those 3 teams. But yeah, your thoughts on everything literally just mentioned.
Well, I woke up to the Bam news, bro. It was ridiculous. People were saying Bam scored 83. I said, what the hell? What drugs everyone talking about? What do you mean Bam scored 83?
Quick one, breaking news. The Ravens have agreed terms for top free agent Trey Hendrickson in a pivot from the Max Crosby trade. We're going on to NFL next, but yes, we're going to come on to this. This is fantastic. Breaking news. But yes, sorry.
Man.
You woke up to the Bam stuff.
Yeah, I woke up to the Bam news and I was so confused. And the first thing I did is go and look at the box score because I saw 83 points. So I said, nah, this ain't. And let me go and see the box score. Then I saw 43 free throws, was it?
Yep.
I saw 43 free throws and I said, wait, let me look at who they're playing. The Wizards. I said, how did the Wizards let a man get to the line 43 times? Like, I was like, what the hell's going on? And then the next thing I saw was a lot of the people cussing. They're like, oh, this is not right. Bam shouldn't be able to do this. And I was just thinking, and then I went back and watched and I was like, what are they complaining about? There's a lot of ethical buckets there. There was like, he was scoring points. It wasn't a case of him just, foul baiting. The Wizards fouled. Do you get what I mean? If more teams, and big up Spoelstra as well, because if more teams left their star players in the games when they were having big nights, for instance, like when Klay Thompson had the mad thing when he was 60 points in like 3 quarters a few years back, and Steve Kerr took him out. If more coaches just left their players in the game, I feel like we'd have scoring nights like this more often. Do you get what I mean? So
yeah.
Big up Spoelstra. I don't know why it's the Kobe fans complaining. I'll be real. That's who's complaining. The Kobe Bryant fans. They're complaining because, it wasn't done the right way. We should preserve a record. Unfortunately, records are meant to be broken. God bless Kobe Bryant. We love the Mamba. But I feel like Kobe would be happy that a record's been broken.
Yep.
So for me, great achievement. Great achievement. It was just random how it happened. But at the end of the day, if the Wizards let it happen, the Wizards let it happen. Miami let it happen.
Bro. And
you know what I mean?
I was saying to Dej, I was up I only caught the end of the game, but I was on Twitter keeping up I see Bam's got 31 after the first quarter. I was like, okay. Bam's got 43 at halftime. I tweeted, I hope he's not going to do it, but I hope he does. Bam's broken LeBron's record of 62 of the Heat, most points scored. Now it's game on. And again, he shot 43 free throws, made 36. That's great within itself. He was getting fouled. He was genuinely getting fouled. Like the calls that they give on a normal, regular basis, he was getting. And the end of the game, like the final 10-ish points kind of, he was getting double teamed, triple teamed, and it was just a foul trouble thing. Like they weren't trying to get him the ball, but obviously the Heat were forcing it to, and like you said, Coach Spo kept him in, thankfully for that. And record's broken, bro. Like, if he shot 60 free throws, I wouldn't have cared.
I'll be honest. However you get to 83, you get to 83.
You know what I mean?
Mate, Literally,
They won the
obviously,
game.
record amount of free throws shot in a game, but bro, he's getting fouled.
It's not like remember when Devin Booker did the 70-point game, or was it 70
Yeah.
points? And
Yeah,
they were losing the game. They lost the game, and they were just
they
keeping him
lost.
in
Yeah,
to score points. But people were happy with that. So why are you now not happy with Bam doing it in a winning effort? They're like, oh, they blew them out. Yeah, well, bro, you're allowed to keep starters in the game. There's no rule against taking starters out of the game. Just because people do it does not mean you have to do it.
right. Even when Kobe was in the mid-70s in that game when he broke it, he at that point they were blowing out the Raptors. Obviously, late in the game, he could have got put 80 was on the cards. Let me be the only other person apart from Wilt that's got to 80, and then boom.
Bro. Sometimes you have to call out the NBA historians and the people that are just all up in their feelings because they love one player so much. Records are made to be broken.
Yep.
NBA is going to go on for another 1,000 years once we're all gone. And guess what? This 83 is going to look silly back in 1,000 years' time when someone scores 120 in a game. Because we know the rate of scoring, how it's going right now. We've seen ridiculous. Donovan Mitchell's got a ridiculous scoring night. Luka's got a ridiculous scoring night.
They've
70
got
points
70s.
became the
Yeah.
new. Yeah, 70 at one point was like people putting up 60, 70 every other week. So the 83, okay, because it's Bam, you're looking at it like it's funny. No. Someone else is going to do it. Wemby's going to do it soon. That Wilt's records are going to be broken one day because we're seeing mad stuff happening. So you just have to get ready for all the records to be broken.
Maybe not Wilt's record, because like I said to Dej, the 100-point game wasn't even televised.
Yeah.
Well, hey, Shea equaled Wilt's record of 20 plus points in 164 consecutive games. So, you're right. There's definitely some records there to be broken. Just back to like Shea, Jokic, and just not state of the NBA, but how good and competitive like the West is before you move on to NFL.
Well, the West is we've said it for years. The West is like the NFC in the NFL. It's literally a gauntlet. It's got great teams, but it's got the superstars as well. And the way the NBA is right now, I feel like this is the best product we've seen from the NBA for a long time. I feel like we said that like back in the last year, but definitely this year, we're seeing the super duper stars really come to the forefront, especially the European or overseas players, the Shea, Jokic, how they went band for band the other night, and ridiculous performances all round. And the West is a gauntlet because come the playoffs, it's going to be a problem because the team that come out of the East are going to be fresh. I don't know. The East is strong this year, but the team that come out of the East is going to be fresh compared to the teams in the West. The West, I feel like everyone that's coming through the West is going to be a hard matchup after hard matchup after hard matchup. You see what the Spurs are doing right now. You see what OKC are doing, getting back to form. Everyone's coming back to health. You see what Denver are doing with Jokic. The Lakers, to an extent, are just going to be a formidable force. Even though they can't defend, they got the powerhouses on offense. You've got players, you've got teams around, even like the low-hanging fruit teams. I say the Warriors are one of them right now. Steph's injured. Do you get what I mean? But we're staying in games and things like that. You got like outlier teams as well. I say outlier teams. You got the Timberwolves who are going to be in there. You got so many superstars on this side of the NBA that just to get to the finals is going to be madness. So I feel like it's the best product we've seen in a long time, just on the floor in comparables to what we've been seeing around this stage, where there's no like clear-cut favorite because everyone is beating everyone. And the Spurs right now, for me, I feel like the Spurs will be in the finals.
That's a big statement. I would say OKC still favorites because even in the Nuggets game, they were missing 3 starters and Caruso, and their squad depth is probably. I was listening to Danny Parkins. He was saying he's never seen a squad depth like this in NBA history, and it's probably right, bruv. Like, their squad depth is insane. Like, for you to miss 3 starters and Caruso, who's your 6th man off the bench, like, and go back and forth with the Nuggets like that. Like, Shea had to play a perfect game, of course, in terms of like no turnovers, his distribution gone.
Don't you think that the Spurs kind of have this season anyway, OKC's number in terms of depth-wise, they can.
It's not even the depth; it's the matchup. they match up really well against OKC because they've got the wings for OKC's wings to defend. But with the Spurs, I won't give them the favourites tag yet because we just haven't seen them in the playoffs.
Right.
Like that's literally my only thing with them.
Yeah,
And
that's the next step with them.
yeah, and you're not even coming up against the best team in the conference. You're coming up against the defending champions, like, who can deal with injuries like it's nothing.
It's a different aura when it gets to the playoffs.
They've got a very good winning record without Shea.
They do. But I also feel like last year in the playoffs, the Denver Nuggets gave them their hardest series. You get what I mean?
That's why Denver's gonna be in it because they're starting to get healthy. Aaron Gordon, he came back, second game back that game. He had like 20 in the first quarter. They're still waiting for Peyton Watson to come back. So the Nuggets, their team is better than the last couple years, but Nuggets have just been depleted by health because they've not got the depth the other two have. But obviously, come playoff time, you just need your core 7, 8 in it. So,
and that's my thing though. I don't know. I feel like this is what could happen. I feel like the Spurs have the Nuggets. The Spurs have OKC's number. The Nuggets are the best matchup for OKC in terms of the Nuggets.
But OKC have the Nuggets number this season though.
Yes.
Yeah.
But then I feel like if the Spurs and Nuggets go head to head, is it going to be just Jokic taking over completely, or is it going to be the case of the Spurs have the depth to kind of go with the youth and, the unwavering just, we're here now, we may as well do it.
But that's why the 1 seed's so important. So, because as of now, OKC are 1 seed. Spurs and Nuggets, if they win their first round matchups, they're going to meet up in the second round. So OKC will not have to meet one of them until the final, basically, until the Western Conference final.
Yeah. But I feel like they're going to see one of them.
Yeah. No, facts. I feel like a good argument could be said for any of them winning. And obviously, the Timberwolves are still there. They're because the Nuggets are actually the 6th seed now, if I'm not mistaken. But they need to rise back up in it. So, and if they do have a strong finish to the season, then and then just the flip side on the East with Tatum coming back, them staggering these minutes. I think the Celtics are arguably favorites now in the East, even though the Pistons are still the 1 seed. So it's
It depends how he reacts, though. He looks good right now, but you get what I mean when he has to play. The first week of the playoffs, especially round 1, it's like back to back. It feels like anyway. It's 1 day on, 1 day off. I feel like right now they can stagger his minutes a lot more, and they can play him, rest him again, play him. I know they're not, but you get what I mean. They can do that. When it comes to playoffs, it's like, bro, you're playing, and especially when it gets to.
In the first round, they can kind of do that, though. Like, the Celtics are another one. The reason why they're so good is because the team's been good. Do you know what I mean? So he doesn't have to play crazy minutes early on. It's more the middle/latter part of the playoffs that I'd worry with him. And just before we move on, like, the overall state of the NBA, it's harder for teams to go back-to-back now. Because there's so many more good teams. Like, the last team to go back-to-back was the Warriors 10 years ago. The Steph KD Warriors. And I don't feel like this generation. Sorry, before let me just finish. I don't feel like this generation of teams get the credit, or the players get the credit, because it's a 1 in 1 year out thing. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, go on, Dej.
No, I'm just saying the talent is just more spread out than what it used to be before. Like, before, you have like these so-called super teams, that will have like 3 all-stars in one team, or 3 could have been all-stars in one team that's trying to make something happen. But now everyone is kind of taking this, they're being a bit more prideful about how they get this winning thing done. The only team you can argue and say, they have a superstar team, you could say is OKC, but they drafted well to become that anyway.
Yeah.
So, and they only really traded for Caruso, Shea, and even that Shea one, it wasn't like he's the superstar right now.
It's true.
They took him after the draft.
Yes, he had
in his first year.
Yeah, they traded him for Paul George from the Clippers, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Paul George went that way. He
And
went that way. Yeah.
and some could
and
argue
a
that you
lot of
shouldn't
it.
have traded Paul George.
Well, yeah. At the time, they were arguing
Yeah,
it.
yeah. No, yeah, at the time.
But
But
now,
actually, no, they've got this young guy, Shea. They believe in him, and they just drafted well around him.
that's the thing, though. Is it Sam Presti?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He might go down as one of the best ever because the way he drafts or his talent, was it talent management? What's the word
Talent
I'm
ID.
looking for? Yes, that's it. His talent ID is through the roof because to find who in the draft, Harden, Russ, and then KD, you then draft Chet. They drafted Chet. Obviously, that was kind of known,
Yeah.
but you get what I mean. They drafted Chet. Then even just the trades they've made, he's traded for so many great pieces around the league. For instance, like even when they got Carmelo Anthony there, like why is Carmelo coming to play in OKC? Even Paul George, why are you coming to play in OKC? For instance, they've got superstars that should never have seen OKC in OKC, and I feel like for him winning that title just last year is a long time coming because he should have won one 10, 15 years ago with the squads that he had. Serge Ibaka, for instance, was there as well. They would always get a blend of perfect rookies or perfect up and coming young stars with old budding players old veterans who would lead the way. So I feel like the way he's built a team in OKC has always been great, and they draft better than anyone I've ever seen. So
Yeah.
they'll always be good.
And just before we move on, final point. If they wanted to go for Giannis in the summer, they can because they've still got enough picks and players. If they had
Crazy.
a bad postseason, they might have to think of
They'll
that.
just be like, fuck it, let's go get him now.
But even the fact that this year's draft is crazy. The players coming out of this year's draft is like this is the most highly ranked draft for a long, long time. So if they
Yeah.
can swindle their way to get into good picking positions, which they'll manage to, they'll pick a storm of a few sensational players who end up being stars, for instance. And then if they need to make another trade like they have with other teams, they will do.
Yep. No, you're not wrong there. You're not wrong, boy. The back end of the NBA season is heating up, and it's gonna be a good fight for seeding. And then next month the playoff starts. NFL. Like I just broke the news as I got the notification. Trey Hendrickson is signing a 4-year deal with the Baltimore Ravens. 112 million contracts. I've not seen the guaranteed money yet, but that just comes off back of the news of yesterday that Max Crosby, the Ravens, decided against it as he did not pass his physical, which everyone knew he was injured. I think he had his meniscus surgery about 8 weeks ago. And even the doctor come out and spoke about his recoveries as good as it's going. So just on initially the Ravens getting Crosby, which we're gonna hopefully talk about, and then yesterday happened, to them not getting him to now getting Hendrickson.
It's
weird, bro.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Weird. You're right. They're just saying it weird. How old is Hendrickson? 30?
I believe 31.
So they've opted to pay someone for 4 years. That's 31 till he's 35. Max Crosby's 29, coming off an injury, but the surgery is far advanced now. So I know they gave up 2 first-round picks. Like, what's the sense?
Crosby's injury wasn't even as serious as people are making. Remember, he was pissed he couldn't finish off the season because he could have still played.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm very confused. I'm just very confused. I understand failing medical. I understand that, but
that's weird in it. That's weird in itself for me. But go on, Jacob.
But then you go the next day, you sign Hendrickson, who's 31, right? Why last year, when you knew Dallas Cowboys were trying to get rid of Micah Parsons, did you not just trade these people or trade these picks away for Micah Parsons? Do you understand that? I'm now just more confused in what the Ravens are doing than what they've done, because you go for a 31-year-old who was in your division, who you know is good, but he was in your division, over a 29-year-old super duper star who's coming off an injury, But you could have got a 25, 26-year-old for 40 odd million during his last season for the same thing you gave away from Max Crosby at the end of this season. So I'm just trying to work out what they're actually doing, because all I've seen on social media is Ravens player signs here, Ravens player signs here. So do they have any players left?
They've lost a lot of players. On the Micah thing, though, like, because I was big, Michael Hall was more than Crosby, because Crosby's 2 firsts are one this year and one next year. Whereas a Michael Hall was quite. Crosby's even 29 in August. So obviously he's 29
He's
when the new
28
season
still.
starts. He's still 28, yeah. Obviously, they'll say 29 because that's when the season would start, etc. Whereas Hendrickson turned 31 in December. Micah, I believe, is 26. So the Hall, Micah's Hall was a lot. And at that point then, remember the Ravens were going into the season as the favourites. So you wouldn't have thought of the Micah thing as much. Their defense turned up second half of last season. Then Madubuike got injured at the beginning of this season. So, like, I get not going from Micah then, but like, even if Crosby failed the physical, which it seems entitled to pull out of because they had the deadline, I just still found it weird because everyone knew his exact situation, what injury he just come off, the surgery he had. It was just a meniscus, not just, but it was a meniscus thing. It wasn't a full like ACL or something like that. Do you know what I mean? Like, and he's gotten more than enough time to say, oh, he had the surgery 8 weeks ago.
The season doesn't start till. I'm so confused. The season, they're moving like the season starts tomorrow. The season don't start for like another 4 months, 5 months.
The only thing I'll give them is they probably thought, shit, all these moves that are happening, we might need those draft picks back because there's some players in the draft to go get, and then sign Trey Hendrickson, who they don't have to trade for. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's the only way I could kind of see it, because they could just double up and get a super edge that's coming from edge rusher that's coming from the draft or something, or just for argument's sake.
You could. I understand where you're coming from, but I'm just seeing a load of outgoings and no incomings, and then your incoming is a 31-year. That's just my thing. It's like, I know they don't have money to be moved around like that. You get what I mean? Lamar's contract still needs to be redone. Like, so you signed Trey Hendrickson to that deal. Lamar's deal is not done yet. Who are you planning to get in?
Crosby's signing for them was the only pro from the amount of players that they've lost.
And now they don't have him anymore. So where do they? So they go and get Hendrickson. Okay, cool, good player. But
Crosby was in Baltimore.
Hey,
Crosby was in Baltimore yesterday, I believe. I think he flew back to Vegas.
It don't make sense, man, because you get someone that's injured and you say that it didn't pass their physical. So you start to ask yourself, like, what did you see in this physical that was unexpected to you? Because you could have passed the physical even with the meniscus problem, because you knew that going into the thing anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But then you start to think, because you know these signings, yeah, there's something financial that it will count for. I can't remember how they break it down in it, but they keep more money doing the signings now instead of doing the signings in a couple of weeks.
Yeah,
I think it's maybe from next week, or I think maybe today onwards, because it starts as the new season.
So I think they're just trying to spend their cap space that they had that doesn't affect them going into next season.
Right.
Which doesn't really, which could mean for Hendrickson, yeah, is the reason why they got him for loads of money now is that if they get him now for that kind of money, they don't have to take the hit next season for that kind of money for someone else. But it's still weird because you had the better guy the first time. There was no need to go and get Hendrickson.
And don't you think the Ravens are kind of confused in what they're actually doing? Because, well done, good, you got a good defensive piece, but you need more than one piece. We knew you needed more than one piece last season. Everyone seems to be getting old. You got Roquan Smith, who's not good. Let's be real, he's not great. You got Marlon Humphrey, who, let's be real, he's not great anymore. Like, you have a bunch of like young players around that. You have Kyle Hamilton, who is your staple piece. That's about it. Do you get what I mean? And then Madubuike was injured. We don't know if he's coming back fit this year, but he had a neck injury. That usually ends most people's careers. The offensive side, you lose your young tight end. Isaiah Likely goes to the Giants. Linderbaum has gone to the Raiders. That's two key people, right? I can't even remember. I don't even know if you lost anyone else. Oh, wait, you lost the other running back,
Keaton Mitchell.
Keaton Mitchell. So that's three.
They've lost Ricard, the fullback.
They lost Ricard.
Yep.
To where?
Ricard's gone to the Giants, if I'm not mistaken.
Hey, this hardball era is going to be decent.
Okay, well, that's four. So basically, you've lost four key pieces. Well, you've lost four key pieces to your run game. that great run game you had. Your center, who was all pro. You have Ricard, who's always all pro because he's like near enough the only damn fullback in the league. Yeah. You then have a young budding tight end who works well in the pass game and in the run game, and then you have your second or third running back who's running well, and you lose him too. So what exactly are you doing offensively?
I found the rest of them because I knew it was more than they lost Charlie Kohler, the third tight end. He's gone to Chargers. They've lost punter Jordan Stout. I believe, is he highest paid? He's gone to the Giants. Gilman, their safety, he's all right. He's the one that Van Noy, when he picked Joe Burrow and then he passed him the ball, and then Gilman ran it in. We've got Gilman now because we needed a safety. The Chiefs. They lost Darius Washington. He's gone to the Giants. Obviously, like Dej said, Harbaugh's collecting Ravens players.
Bro, the GM's just letting this happen.
Like, the Ravens have lost so many. There's even more that I can see on the list now. But, like, yeah, it's crazy.
It's like their sports card that's just been sold for parts, like.
And they've lost Crosby.
Yeah. The next one we're going to see is Lamar turns down contract, signs for the New York Giants. At that point, that's it.
Are you saying you're taking your talents to New York Giants?
Yeah, that's why I support over there. Then I support them as well as the Panthers.
All right, your Panthers are making moves, though.
Aye, we are slowly, quietly.
Who is it? Devin Lloyd and is it Jordan Phillips?
Jalen Phillips.
Jalen Phillips, sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
Paid him the bag, but boy, fair play.
We've been paying people a lot of money, and I'm very, very, I'm happy, but I'm just trying to work out.
You're a bit nervous.
Yeah, because like what we plan to do with our quarterback.
Because you know in this NFL, as soon as you pay someone money, it kind of imbalances everything else that he needs.
Exactly. You're like, oh, wait, but we need some stuff over there, So what are we doing here? So we'll be good though, because that division we're in, boy, I don't know what the Falcons are on with with what they're doing with Tua now joining their quarterback room. Tampa Bay have just let their well. Mike Evans is gone, but you get what I mean. Their veteran leadership kind of go. So I'm kind of be like, well, I don't mind it over here.
No, I think you guys are gonna make some noise.
Where you are still.
You guys are gonna make some noise because you've got, like, you showed some signs. Obviously, you've not got Rico Dowdle, but shoring up that defense. Like, Phillips can get to the quarterback. I think when he signed for the Eagles, he was fourth in terms of pressures to a quarterback, not sacks. And then Devin Lloyd, he's just a very good linebacker. You saw his pick 6 against the Chiefs that basically turned that game when Jacksonville beat the Chiefs. So like, Panthers, you're getting solid, and then maybe 1 or 2 on offense. Who knows in that division? Who knows? But yeah, the Ravens.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, for me, they were not the clear favorites, but they were favorites in that division. I honestly don't know, because like he said, like, I think Lamar is going to sign, but
why?
How? Like,
but that's the thing. Why? But no, why? At this point, you're looking at your team saying, why should I sign? Who do you want me to throw the ball to? Zay Flowers again? Rashard Bateman again? Come on, give me something to work with. Well, really, truly, why?
Getting Hendrickson. I've just seen it. Yeah, 4 years, 112. Ian Rappaport just said 5 minutes ago. 60 million, fully guaranteed, with a base of 112. Incentives the first 2 years can take the 60 to 64 million. So, I mean, don't get me wrong, Trey Hendrickson's a good signing, but It's just the Ravens, their thought process.
That's interesting. He's taking 28 mil a year, by the way.
Why?
Well, basically 30 on the yearly thing, 30 a year.
Why does it be interesting? Because last year, what was he asking the Bengals for? That 33 or something like that.
Yeah, but because what's he taking a year now? 30. I don't think he's market, because what I was reading yesterday or the day before is that he's not getting the offers he wanted, like from what he initially wanted from the Bengals. Obviously, when he done back-to-back 17.5 sack seasons, but yeah, well, for him to get that contract, it's a good contract regardless. Obviously, pass rushers can go for a little bit longer in their game, but yeah.
It's interesting. It's good for the Ravens, I guess, but it feels like it feels like you gain one piece and you lose 5 over there. So
Yeah, it's going to be imbalanced, but we'll see what they do in the draft, I guess.
yeah, your Bills, you made a wide receiver move as well.
So it was much needed, man.
How do you feel about that?
Needed. I feel good. Especially after the owner made comments about Coleman. Then we still got Shakir. We still got Davis. But problem is Davis is always injured most of the time. And obviously Shakir, he's good after the catch as well, which is always positive for us. But you just needed someone that's better than them.
Right.
Because they're not always great. So I'm glad we got someone that's better than them. So that it just gives us just a bit more. And he's not like a stud like Jefferson. But he could hold his own.
Do you think it puts you over the edge for any, like, do you think like now there'll always be an excuse, but
Yeah, I feel like there'll always be some sort of issue, but I feel like in terms of over the edge, I don't know. I honestly don't know. But I do think it's a better, it's an improvement anyway, and that's all we've been asking for.
So what I'm saying is, do you want another receiver, or do you feel like DJ Moore could be your number one?
Oh, DJ Moore is our number one receiver. Do we need another one? I mean, I'll always take another one, bro.
Would you take Stephon Diggs back?
Nah.
Oh, okay.
I feel like that ship has sailed, like, and I don't think I'd even want him in there, in that dressing room, bro. Like, just problem after problem, fam. Don't get me wrong, he's sick. Like, he's one of the best. But sometimes you can't just be the best and have all these issues, bro.
Yeah, that's usually the case you get with the wide receivers.
Unnecessary drama, bro.
Yeah.
If he was Jamar Chase with that same amount of drama, I'll take him.
Or Stephon Diggs of 3-4 years ago, the player he was then.
What? I'll take him. But remember, we had Stephon Diggs of 3-4 years ago.
Yeah, but right now he wouldn't be a 1.
Who's Stephon Diggs?
Yeah, he wouldn't be a 1 right now. He'd probably be a 3.
Oh, that's why Jacob asks, like, in terms of his position now. Because remember, last season on the Patriots, he was a great leader for them. You didn't hear nothing. Obviously, I just thought...
you did. Well, I mean, you did. You did hear things. Not you just didn't hear on the field things. You just heard off the field things.
Private life, you heard things.
You heard too many things, bro.
Yeah.
And Buffalo's too small to be having those things, bro.
Hey, well, for me, DJ Moore, you don't know, I've always liked DJ Moore, so it should help the Bills' offense, especially
as long as he stays healthy, bro.
Play calling. I don't know if you saw Lamar sent back for Dan Orlovsky, because Dan Orlovsky said about he's got to get it done now. Obviously, once they thought Crosby was being traded, and Lamar tweeted him back saying, Dan, there's never been excuses for Lamar, though. And I don't know if it was an indirect, like, why doesn't Josh Allen have to get it done, for instance? And
no, but I swear they say Josh Allen has to get it done. Or don't
it's
they say
always
that?
Lamar first, though. Literally every show has, even Nightcap, they use Lamar as the thumbnail. They didn't actually say it like that. I was like, it's great thumbnail work. But people in the comments is like, oh, why is it always Lamar? Blah blah blah. Like, bro.
I think I know why it's always Lamar though. I feel like because he's more polarizing than Josh Allen. Like to me, the more exciting player is Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, and I feel like it's coming into the NFL. It was, he's a running back, he's this, he's that. So he's now having to prove everyone wrong, or he's proved everyone wrong. But no one believes you can win with this style. And then they always say, he's a 2-time MVP, so we scrutinize him like a 2-time MVP. Like we can't scrutinize Josh Allen and Joe Burrow the same way because they don't have the accolades that Lamar Jackson has in the regular season. So that's why I feel like he is the top of everyone's list, and also the fact that the Ravens every year have the quote unquote best roster in football. So, as much as it's not true,
Yeah. But Allen's got MVP now, Dej. Allen and Lamar came in the league same time, everything. The only thing I defend Allen on is that he's been consistently better in the playoffs than Lamar. But Lamar is actually getting better in the playoffs, his last couple of playoff games, even in some of the losses and stuff like that. So
100%. They were even trying to find
true.
a way to not blame Allen for this last one against the Broncos. They were trying to find a way.
This one was actually all him still.
But the media was saying, nah, man, that's not his fault. So
no, this one is his fault still. We had the weaker team, but we actually had the opportunity to get it done.
Yeah.
And it was actually him that didn't make it happen.
How many turnovers did he have? 4 in that game also?
4 or 5.
Yeah, but you see with Josh Allen, bro, like I know he's always gonna have 1 or 2, bro.
Well,
and
no, I feel like he
it.
changed his game though, Dej. He changed his game to not have them.
He changed his game to not have them because we was always gonna guarantee someone will be open, innit? Whether it was our tight ends or whether it was the wide receivers. But the problem was when our wide receivers started going down and our tight ends started going down, it was only him that was left really. So in that game, yeah, I knew that it was gonna have at least 1 or 2. It's just the fact that he got punished, and at the end, it's just the fact that even towards our defense, yeah, they just started making some silly mistakes.
Yeah, no, it's true.
Then you knew it was over from then.
It's true. Yeah, no, you're not wrong.
And we got bumped as well. But another day.
Yeah,
I don't know
how they got bumped. I don't know how they got bumped, but hey.
When was it?
They're talking about the catch that was an interception. That was a catch. That was interception. That one.
That's right.
The catch that wasn't the catch.
Yeah, the catch that never was.
That one. But yeah, hey ho, it is what it is. The Bills will be the Bills. The Ravens will be the Ravens. The Chiefs have signed a running back. You finally have a running back.
Hallelujah.
One that went over 1,000 yards.
They knew Jeremiah Love was gonna go before the 9th pick in the draft, which is their pick. Because I think they did want Jeremiah Love, but I don't think it's looking realistic. And they went basically for the best in the market, and I'm completely happy with that, man. Like, Kenneth Walker, he's not had a lot of miles in his legs because he was sharing a lot of the duty in the Seahawks, and he still got over 1,000 yards. And then when Charbonnet went down and he had to step it up in the playoffs, he was the bell cow. So that's what we need. Like, we need a bell cow or someone that could complement, and then maybe for the first time in Mahomes' career, we're gonna have a 1,000-yard rushing running back. So
yeah, you got the perfect running back.
Huh?
You got the perfect running back.
I'm happy. He's not the best catcher from the backfield, but he's good enough. Like screen passes.
That's cool, man, bro. End of the day, once you got 1-2 punch like that, who cares about catches, bro?
Yeah, no. But Reed loves the screen passes, so he's gonna become a good catcher in the offseason. A great catcher. But Donald did the
screen passes are calm though.
Yeah, but Chiefs get big plays off those ones. So
yeah, but Sam Darnold was throwing a few of them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But obviously, then a lot of it was shared with Charbonnet, because when Charbonnet was fit, Walker he averaged 13 carries a game.
Right.
And then it basically doubled in the playoffs when Charbonnet went out.
So one thing I love about NFL, next man up.
Next man
Yeah.
up, baby. So no, I'm
Next
I'm
man
I'm
up.
happy with that. I'm happy with that. We got Tonga D tackle from the Patriots as well. So that the Chiefs just desperately need a very good edge rusher because that's what we're missing on the D line. Tonga should help Chris Jones, and then cornerback we need at least one in the draft because losing both Trent McDuffie and Jalen Watson to the Rams, which was the Chiefs' prerogative, but. And we lost Joshua Williams as well, actually. So we lost arguably our three starting cornerbacks. They think Noel Williams is going to be the one because the Chiefs draft cornerbacks rather than pay them. But we need one or two in the draft. So I'm excited for this new season if Patrick is playing from week 1.
Yeah, even
I
if he's
think the
not,
good
even if
thing
it's
for
from
you
week
lot.
3.
Yeah, I think the good thing for you lot is you kind of get a refresh. Because not that you lot have been forgotten about, it's just that you guys weren't in the playoffs. So you
Hey,
just had extra time to just get shit sorted.
we're not the favorites for the West no more.
Yeah. Yeah. It's true. It's true. But, do I see the Broncos improving?
Yeah.
You see the Broncos
Yeah.
I don't know,
improving? Nah, bro. I don't see them improving.
Bro, Dej, they were the 1 seed, 13-4. And they made the championship game when everyone was practically injured. All the greats were injured at the same time or not available.
Well, for me, I do see them improving, but for Sean Payton's sake, I just want them to get a rude awakening.
That's the thing, though, Dej. I don't see them making major improvements. I think the defense will still be the defense. I think the offense will be clocked onto a bit more. And do you get what I mean? And do you know what? I said the defense will still be the defense. No defense really moves the same from year to year. You get what I mean? As much as they could be the best, the next year they always fall off to some extent or injuries happen. No defense really, other than that Ravens squad that was from way back, the one they talk about with Ray Lewis and that sort of stuff.
Yeah, they were animals though. I ain't gonna lie.
That's the only defense, or the Bears.
They were human.
I don't know, the 80 Bears that they talk about, or the 90 Bears. Those teams, other than that, bro, I don't hear about any defenses like really moving year to year as well as they were the year before. So I don't feel like that defense is going to be that defense. And then the offense, I feel like wasn't great anyway. But, I don't see it improving majorly. I don't think, but hey, I don't really watch the Broncos or look out for them. So it's not one of the teams
Listen, when they get Stephon Diggs, you see, bro.
The Chargers are favorites in the West, innit? So
Chargers, man. I didn't want to speak about them too much.
They shouldn't be favorites anyway, man, because we know what's gonna happen. Playoffs is gonna happen, and we know what's gonna happen.
Favorites to win the division, not favorites for playoffs.
Yeah, I guess so, but nah, I feel Mahomes will be back with a vengeance this year, man. You know him.
Yeah, he's had long to rest, bro.
And let's be real, the Raiders aren't gonna be rubbish.
Well, we need to see what they're gonna do because Crosby, maybe by the time this comes out, Crosby would have gone to another team. But they're kind of over the cap if Crosby stays. I think they're on the boundary or they're fine. But obviously they've spent $280 million in free agency on day one. So, and that's when they thought Crosby had gone. Because they paid Linderborn humongous contracts.
Yeah, to what, 27 mil a year for 4 years.
And Creed Humphrey was the highest paid on 19 mil a year.
Yeah. They're overpaying, but I guess you got to overpay if you're a bad team.
Yeah, no, fact, like they're actually building a decent squad, so I think the West next year is going to be crazy. Like,
I like what they're doing though. I like what they're doing because they're overpaying, to set a culture of winning. Then after they set this culture of winning, that's when they will start to pay people normally.
Well, they hope
because no one knows what it feels like to win. Huh?
They'll have a rookie quarterback once they draft him, so they can pay people.
Yeah, and once they get this culture again, they'll start balancing out how they're going to pay people. But now they've done that. They'll establish some sort of winning culture. That's what they're really trying to do as well.
I still feel
no one knows what it feels like yet in Las Vegas.
I still feel like they can go out and get a wide receiver as well.
Stephon Diggs is there.
Nah, a real one. George Pickens is a real one right now.
He's
Like,
there for everybody.
I feel like a George Pickens would have made sense if Max Crosby was to leave, but now Max Crosby's back. I don't know if George Pickens makes sense anymore because I feel like he'll be
I think
asking
Crosby
for.
will still go though.
You think? But it's just because word travels in the NFL. I don't know if it's going to be a case of if the Ravens failed him and we trust their judgment on players, we're all going to just steer clear and let him stay there.
Nah, because the Bills can easily
like,
take him
people were
still.
saying the Ravens, from what I read, people were saying the Ravens' physical is a bit more extra compared to other teams. So one, their threshold just might be different. And then two, other teams, just for instance, the Cowboys could just say, yo, we're not drafting 2 first-round picks, but we've got the next best still. I can see Jerry Jones doing a kind of, because now Max Crosby's value's technically gone down if the Raiders need to get rid of him.
True.
Yeah. It's true. It's actually true.
Like,
yeah, you're not wrong.
A team could get him for a discounted price. It won't be heavily discounted, but it won't be 2 first-round picks.
I mean, it depends how long they sit on it for.
The closer to the season it gets, you're right.
Yeah, they'll start sweating.
Mm-hmm.
I could just see the Cowboys doing a move for him, bruv.
But the Cowboys, man, it's. I feel like it's useless because you move for him, then you're gonna have to get rid of. I don't think George Pickens plays on the franchise tag. You have to get rid of him.
Oh no, Pickens is he's either playing on franchise tag or he's going. That's one of the two.
Okay.
So and they can bring in Crosby. It's because they traded for the Packers DT. I forgot his name.
Yeah,
or
I know
Edward
you're talking about the Yeah,
but
yeah.
if they do it by today, again, by the time this episode's out, like they can rescind that if they want to get Crosby, basically like what the Ravens did.
But this is going to set a precedent for everyone being like, okay, wait, let's just rescind this. Yeah, it's madness. It's madness.
It's mad, bro. Because I believe I just saw something, I think former executives say, here it is. Oh, he's an executive director, sports law. He said, for all the team sources saying they won't deal with the Ravens again, well, yes, they will. I remember being pissed at a team or an agent, but when they had a player that we wanted, we were all good again. The Ravens did what they had to do. They'll deal with any hard feelings. And this guy's name's Andrew Brandt. So, he was a former Packers VP and also an agent. So,
yeah. Yeah, man.
And
the game's the game.
He banter tweeted after saying Ravens are now trading their first 2 rounders for Bam Adebayo. So.
These people.
Bro.
Hey, the NFL offseason is because again, before we finish the Rams, they really said F them picks and they're going for it because it's arguably Stafford's final this upcoming season, and they've got their offensive pieces already. They've got a very good young D-line. Now they've sorted out their cornerbacks. By taking the Chiefs cornerbacks. Like McDuffie's highest paid in NFL history at quarterback, deserved. And then got Jalen Watson as well.
How much did McDuffie get?
31 a year, I think.
Wow. Guaranteed?
Yeah. Guaranteed, if I'm not mistaken, it might have been 100 M's.
Okay, because I know Stingley got them. Do you know when they did the 89 mil guarantee, they've started instead of just guaranteeing 90 mil? There's his whole contract's worth 90 mil, but they said, no, we're going to guarantee 89. I know they did that, remember?
Oh, so yeah. So McDuffie's 124 million 4 years, and it includes 100 mil guaranteed. Makes him highest paid cornerback in NFL history.
Mm-hmm.
Lovely stuff, though.
Mate, the Rams, they're a lot of people's favorites to make the Super Bowl.
I feel like they're people's favorites every year, though.
No, this year is more like because one, Stafford's just won MVP, so you can see he's still there at the highest level.
Yeah.
Their offense is superb. Their young defense was making noise, and then went downhill the second half of latter part of the season. But now they've just signed 2 starting players, one arguably the best slot corner in the NFL. It's like in that crazy division with the defending champ Seahawks. We just briefly touch upon Mike Evans with the 49ers, who's going to be a great red zone threat for them. I think that's a good move for the 49ers and Evans, actually. For him to get 60 mil for 3 years at the age of 33, bloody hell, great contract.
Crazy. Crazy.
Yeah,
That's retirement
he's nice.
sorted.
He's nice. I heard that Tampa offered him the same sort of thing, but I just probably wanted a fresh start.
I think apparently they couldn't offer him to that extent. Maybe, I don't know if it was guaranteed or the full contract. Because the Bucks need to sort out their defense badly.
Yeah.
So
You're
that's why
not wrong. And they might make a few more changes as well.
Yeah. So, bro, I can't wait for the NFL season to start already. And we haven't even had the draft.
No, I can wait, boy. I can wait.
Yeah.
Why?
We got a few more moves to make, mate.
Yeah,
A few more moves to make. We re-signed Dawson Knox as well, which is good.
Yeah.
But need a little bit more.
What are we saying? Song of the week?
Yeah, man. Who's going first?
I can. Mine is
I actually don't know what mine is called.
Popcorn Bulletproof.
Oh, nice.
Popcorn Bulletproof.
Really nice track.
Yeah,
Dead You and Me.
You go next. I'm trying to find the name of the song because I actually don't know it.
Okay, my song is off Bruno Mars's new album, The Romantic, and it is called Cha Cha Cha.
Have I heard that? I think I've heard that song, you know.
Bro, maybe. Yeah, the album only came out, last week, Friday? Yeah.
Okay, wait, what is it called? Oh, my one is called... Did I have this already? Groove Line Part 2, Schoolboy Q.
Maybe a long time ago.
Schoolboy Q, yeah. But
We reloading that again, baby. Reloading that again. Groove Line Part 2 featuring Sugar Free. So, Schoolboy Q, Groove Line Part 2.
Fantastic. Well, that brings an end to this episode that me and Deji were initially saying, yeah, it's going to be 30 minutes. And then Jacob just popped out of nowhere and joined us. As always, welcome, Rabbi. And again, happy birthday to the missus. And happy birthday to Deji's missus as well. So, you know.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, because I'm grabbing her today from the airport still.
It's just a celebration. Yo, as Dej likes to say.
You tell a friend to tell a friend.
And Jacob.
Like and subscribe.
What they said, hit those buttons, get in the comments, and join the boys. And we'll deliver. Joe, I am signing out.
Dej signing out.
Jacob signing out.
Thank you for listening.